In research farming,
Yes.
we mostly look at the challenges that farmers face. And Tuta also, the first infestation is always on the leaves. The pupa and the adult doesn't damage.
For a successful tomato farmer, there are several things a farmer needs to learn. From nutrition to pest control to disease control. But the biggest thing, or the center of everything that a farmer needs to learn is identification of all the above mentioned things. You identify when your crop needs nutrition, you identify a pest that is disturbing you, you identify the disease that is disturbing you. Because every time you go to purchase a pesticide, you go to purchase a product, that means you've come to a conclusion that this is what is bothering me as a farmer. This is what is killing my tomatoes. This is what is destroying my tomatoes. So you as a farmer, do you have these skills, or you just go buy product or develop a spray plan without a knowledge of what you're controlling? I've seen so many farmers using a product that is not supposed to be used in the field. That is not even pleasant. They are controlling something that is not even pleasant in the field, which is not economical when it comes to tomato farming. It may not destroy your crop. It may not have a side effect to your crop, but it's not economical because you use a product that was not supposed to be used. So I'm joined by one of the greatest farmer, a researcher, and a person who has been in this field for the longest time, researching on different pests, on different diseases, and also working on different products that works on different products. So today we are going to hear from him as he takes us through and one of the worst pests in tomato farming, how to identify the pest, how to control the pest, and how to avoid the pest. Get your notebook, be ready to learn, because this is a big learning class, or else save the video for future reference.
My name is Julius Kadua, a researcher and a farmer, but I specialize in research farming.
Specialist in research farming.
Research farming.
What do you mean by research farming?
In research farming,
yes,
we mostly look at the challenges that farmers face in terms of pests, diseases,
yes,
and other challenges that we may help the farmer to be able to get the maximum produce.
Okay.
So some of these problems may be pests, some may be related also to diseases,
yes,
some may be other, even the growth of a crop. So that is the challenges that we look and help a farmer so that he can be able to maximize in production. So that is more of research.
So research, are you so much into challenges crop face or challenges farmers face with crop, or you come with, you identify the challenge or the problem, plus now you have a solution, you also have a solution for the same?
We identify the problem.
Yes.
We get a solution.
Yes.
Because knowledge is vast.
Yes, yes.
We get a solution. Now from the solution,
yes,
now we're able to, after trying the solution in many different sections,
yes,
we're able to advise farmers on how they're going to tackle the problem that they have encountered in their farm.
Okay.
Yes.
Among the crops you've been doing, and among the crop that you get good returns from is tomatoes.
Yes.
But the same tomato that you enjoy farming has made some farmers miserable, has made some farmers run away from farming, not just run away from tomato.
Very true, very true. Yes.
Still on your research, because I know you've done a wide range of research for the many years you've been in this industry.
Okay.
And you've known that this can easily be avoided, this can be easily be tackled.
Yes.
Which is the biggest challenge that you as a researcher, you as a farmer, you have been able to tackle, and you'd like to share with farmers for them to be able to know if they are able to tackle these, they are done with tomato farming, or they are at a good position to be good tomato farmers?
if you talk to most farmers, especially people who have done tomato farming,
Yes.
yes, there are many challenges, but the biggest challenge of tomato farming is a pest called as Tuta Absoluta.
Tuta Absoluta.
Tuta Absoluta.
Yes.
It's a pest that once it enters into your tomatoes, it can bring you zero. It can make you the most poorest person.
The most poorest person.
Yes, because farming is a business.
Sure.
You have invested your money there. You have invested maybe 200, 300,000.
Yes.
Then all of a sudden you're getting zero. Anyone who is coming to your farm is seeing your tomatoes and escaping because the amount of infestation in the fruits.
Yes.
Even the local market cannot even consume those tomatoes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are saying Tuta Absoluta can reduce a farmer from a medium class farmer to zero, to having nothing.
Yes.
Does it mean it's the amount of it can destroy it destroys everything, or what do you mean? Or it can consume much of the input that farmers are putting there? Or what do you mean by that? By saying it can reduce farmer to zero?
In the growth of our tomatoes,
yes,
your output is always the fruit.
Sure, that is what you're after.
That is what you are after.
Yes.
So if the fruit is damaged, so you not get a market, and if you do not get a market,
yes,
that means your produce will spoil on the farm.
Okay.
Yes, and Tuta also it affects the first infestation is always on the leaves.
So it doesn't come directly to the fruit.
Yes. The first infestation is always on the leaf.
On the leaf.
So if the leaf is damaged, yes, that reduces the surface area for the leaf to be able to absorb light and also make food. Okay. In the process, yes, the tomato will not form good fruits.
Yes.
And in the process of not forming good fruits, it will be able to, you're not going to get the maximum profit that you could have gotten. And in the process, that's what I'm saying is one of the challenge that can make you from a rich person to a very poor person.
To a very poor person.
Yes, within a very short period of time.
Talking of making you from rich farmer to a poor farmer, do you have a solution for this Tuta Absoluta, or once it attacks you, it's just like a virus, it kills everything? Do you have a solution?
There are solutions for
many of them.
There are very many solutions for the Tuta.
Yes.
Yes, and some of these solutions requires us to use integrated pest management system.
Okay.
It's not just giving you like maybe you go to hospital, you're given a Piriton and you're okay. It requires a step-by-step process for you to be able to tackle this Tuta.
Okay.
It's not a one-time thing. You're given like a Piriton, you have a headache, you take a Panadol,
yes, and
you're done. It requires a step-by-step process for you to be able to tackle the Tuta. Okay. Yes, it's not a one thing. You just apply one pest and it's okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I need now more clarification when it comes to Tuta, because I've also started shivering. I've also started shaking because of how you making Tuta look like the elephant Tuta. Before I say this is Tuta,
yes,
before I tell this is Tuta,
yes, what
should I see as a farmer and now come to a conclusion this is Tuta? Or am I going to take the leaves to the lab so that I can identify Tuta?
So before I go and show you what the Tuta,
yes,
let me describe Tuta a little. I use some theory,
yeah,
at least for at least someone to understand what kind of Tuta it is.
Yes.
Tuta is found in the Lepidoptera family. It's one of the pests that is found in the Lepidoptera family. That is mostly, Lepidoptera is mostly like a caterpillar.
Yes.
In other words, it's a caterpillar.
Yes.
It's mostly in the caterpillar family, if I may say so.
Yes.
So for Tuta Absoluta,
yes,
it has 4 stages of growth.
4 stages of growth.
4 stages of growth. There is the egg, the larva, the pupa, yes, and the adult. The 4 stages of growth.
Okay.
So the first one is the egg.
The egg, yes.
Once the adult lays the egg,
yes, it
takes between 4 to 6 days for it to hatch.
Okay.
So it mostly lays on the leaf.
Yes.
It takes 4 to 6 days to hatch.
Yes.
After it has hatched, it goes to the larval stage.
Yes.
The larval stage is always, after hatching, it has a black head and the body is always green.
After hatching it, it has a, you say it has a black head?
Black head, and now its a body, it's white. The caterpillar itself is creamy, sorry.
Creamish white. We are always colorblind.
Yes.
Let's call it white.
White.
Yes, yes.
Now for the larva stages,
Yes.
it has four small stages.
The larva stage has four other small
stages. That is what is called instars.
Instars.
Now the first one, the one which I've told you, is black and creamish, which is white. That is the first stage.
The first instar.
Yes, that is the first stage. After hatching, you'll find a black and it's creamy.
Yes.
It has not started. Now as it continues, as it consumes, because it's consuming the chlorophyll, the green matter in on the leaf,
yes,
it changes to green for the rest, the second, the third, the fourth stages.
Yes, yes.
The last one is always greenish to pink. I think so. I'll show you as we continue. I'll show you the picture of one. That is the last instar.
Yes, yes.
After that, it goes to the pupa. And before we go to the pupa, the larval stage is the most damaging.
So after hatching, the larval stage, that's the most damaging.
That is the most damaging stage, because the egg, it doesn't feed on anything.
Yes.
Now for it to go to the next stage,
yes,
that is the larval. That is where it consumes a lot.
Okay.
That is where it is most damaging, because it wants to eat as much as it can.
Yes.
So that it can be able to grow.
Yes.
To the other stages.
Okay.
This is the most critical stage of controlling the tutor. So if you do not control the larval stage,
yes,
you're done. Now you become from a rich to a poor farmer.
So that's what breaks now a farmer from rich to a poor farmer.
Yes.
With all the investment,
yes,
goes to zero, goes to nothing.
Yes.
So the other stage is the
pupa stage.
Yes, the pupa stage.
The pupa stage, it is always brownish.
It's brownish in color.
Brownish in color, and it can either form on the leaf or on the ground.
Okay.
Yes. Then after that, it goes to the adult stage. The adult stage, that is where it is mostly for laying eggs. And for an adult stage, it lays about 260 eggs. One adult lays about 260.
Yes.
So imagine one adult has laid about 260 eggs. After 4 days, it hatches.
So it's 4 times 260.
After 4 days, it hatches. So imagine 260 eggs attacking your tomatoes. How damaging is that?
That's crazy. That's high level of damage.
This from the egg to the adult, it takes about 30 to 35 days.
From egg to adult, that's around 1 month.
Yes, that is about.
For now, a farmer to be able to identify now this is tutor, to tell this is tutor that has attacked this, because now when we mentioned tutors attacked me, that's a conclusion of an observation that we made.
Yes.
How can a farmer tell this is tutor?
So the first observation that we do for tutor,
yes,
it's the leaves.
The leaves.
That is the first place that the tutor attacks, are the leaves.
The leaves.
So for the leaf, I'll show you an example here.
Yes. Can also get mine.
Yes. So the first one,
yes,
you see some windowing.
Yes.
Transparent. It's like a transparent glass.
It's a transparent glass that you can see through.
Yes.
Even by lifting it, you can see through it.
Because a good leaf without tutor,
yes,
is purely green.
Purely green.
Purely green without any wind.
Without any mark.
Yes, any mark. But with tutor, you'll find a transparent, like a window.
Yes.
That can be able to, you may not be able to see through, but you can be able to see the other side.
Yes.
It's transparent, so you can be able to see the other side.
Light can pass through.
Yes, light can pass through it.
Yes.
So that is the first mark.
Okay.
So when you find this mark, that doesn't mean that tutor is there. You first also have to take a sample, pluck the leaf, try to open it.
Yes.
And the first thing you'll find, you'll find something like black spots or black. They're called frusters. Yes, frosts. They're called frosts. Frost is like the feces of the tutor itself.
The excretion, what they have excreted. Yes,
the excretion of the tutor. For a place where there is tutor, it's always very bright and somehow moist.
where there is tuta, there is a
larval stage of tuta.
stage of tuta. Yes.
It's always black,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very bright, bright black.
Bright black.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process, you're going to find a tuta.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you open it,
Mm-hmm.
you might get different stages of tuta.
Okay.
As I said, it's the larval stage that
Mm-hmm.
is always affecting the leaf and the fruit.
Yes.
The larval stage, the first one is always a black head and a creamy or white body.
Yes, that's the first instant.
That's the first instant. And it continues, it goes to green, and the fourth instant it goes to green, and sometimes you might also find some pink.
Green, pinkish. That's
Okay,
now
yes.
the last instant.
The last instant before
Yes.
it goes to the pupa.
To the pupa stage.
So, depending on the leaf that you have black,
Yes.
you might find with a black one with a white,
Mm-hmm.
or a black one with a green,
Mm-hmm.
or a black one with a green or pinkish.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is when you identify there is tuta in your farm.
In your farm, yes.
Now, how do you know that this tuta, the product that you have applied, is working?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The first thing you have to identify,
Yes.
this window wing, just because you have sprayed, it doesn't mean it will disappear.
Okay.
Yes. That's one thing you have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a permanent damage that cannot be controlled even by the product.
Yes.
So you first pluck
Mm-hmm.
and you observe.
Yes.
For the one that already have control,
Mm-hmm.
when there is window in,
Mm-hmm.
so it means there was presence of tuta in that crop.
Yes.
When you open it,
Mm-hmm.
you will find maybe the excreta of the tuta,
Yes.
it's always dark black. It's not that bright.
Yes.
It's always dull,
Yes.
and you might not even find the larval inside there.
Mm-hmm.
That's when how you identify if your product was working.
Yes.
And don't just take one sample and say it is working.
Okay.
Take several, because
Mm-hmm.
once this tuta
Yes.
is going to the other stages,
Yes.
it's going to move out of this window in,
Mm-hmm.
either fall on the soil
Mm-hmm.
or under the leaf,
Mm-hmm.
where it molds into the pupa stages.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't come and take just one leaf and say, my product was working.
Okay.
Take several around your farm, pluck several, observe. If you find maybe even 50 to 70%,
Yes.
there is know your product is working.
Okay.
Yes.
Still on the identification, because this is the most critical point for a farmer to tell I have tuta.
Yes.
And I think, like you said, if a farmer fails or is unable to tell, that when it kills the farmer, like you said.
Yes.
It drops them from the billion business to nothing.
Yes.
It's like fire has already attacked the industry, because this is a money-making industry.
True.
So, on the leaves, because I understand when we are training about the leaves are in different categories, or
Yes,
they are
yes.
in different settings.
Yes.
There is the lower part leaf, there is the middle leaf, and there is these leaves that are coming, the new leaves.
Yes.
Where does tuta mostly attack, or which canopy, which area can we easily come and tell we can come looking for tuta? Which canopy?
Unlike other pests like the spider mites,
The red spider mite.
the red spider mites,
Yes.
The red spider mites,
Yes.
tuta doesn't have a certain canopy you can find it. You can find it on the upper side, the middle, and the lower one.
The lower one.
But mostly, it's always at the middle and the upper canopy,
Okay.
because at the upper canopy is more fresh. For the middle, it's bigger and it's also much more fresh.
Yes, yes.
For the lower one, the leaf might be older, the greenish might not be that strong, but you'll still find it there.
Yes.
But mostly it's always at the mid canopy and the upper canopy.
Upper canopy.
Yes.
Wow. When it comes to attack
Yes.
of the tomatoes,
Yes.
because you are saying it attacks the fruit, the leaves, then it goes to the fruit.
Yes.
What about the flowers? Are the flowers attacked?
For the flowers, the Tuta Absoluta, it feeds mostly on the green or something.
Or it feeds on green.
Green, so, or even sometimes the fruit mostly.
The fruit.
So the flower doesn't have that the juice enough for it to consume. So mostly the pest that mostly attacks the flower is the thrip.
The drip.
That is the story of another day.
We are going to come to the drip.
Yes.
In our next lesson.
Yes.
So and the fruit. At what stage is the fruit attacked? Can it be when it's small, when it's big, or it can attack at all stages as long as the tuta is there?
For the fruit, mostly when it likes attacking, it's mostly when the fruit is mature and it is beginning to change.
To turn its
color
from green to
yes,
to red or to
yes,
orange.
Yes. Because when it's so young, it's very tough. So it doesn't, it may take time to burrow inside.
Okay.
But it mostly likes when it is turning the color. Mostly when it's turning the color, that is when it likes attacking.
Yes.
And when it attacks, it forms a black spot. You find a very small black spot
on the fruit.
Yes. So that is how so to be able to differentiate the Tuta Absoluta on the fruit and the African bollworm, which mostly people say it's caterpillar.
Yes.
For the African bollworm, they form a very big hole.
The African bollworm.
Yes. For the Tuta, they form a small. You might find even like small dots. It gets in and now starts feeding inside. That making the fruit not to look. It looks deformed in some cases.
Yes.
It's not as healthy as the one which has not yet been attacked.
Yes.
Because it's consuming the materials inside the fruit. Okay. So making the fruit maybe to grow less or something like that. Yes.
Now also taking you back, the curiosity is taking me back. When we plant a young tomato, when it's still young, can it be attacked by tuta?
The tuta attack the leaves.
The leaves, yes.
Yes.
So as long as
as long as there is the leaf,
yes,
tuta will come,
regardless of the age.
Yes. And something else that you also note, tuta, let me say it most during the sunny and windy time. That is when you find it mostly. Okay. But that doesn't mean during the rainy season there is no tuta. You may also find it.
Yes.
But during the rainy season, it is affected a little because you see the adult when it's flying, it is hit by, maybe it rains at night. Yes. It is hit by one drop, it is killed. Yes. It is killed. That it will affect the stage of laying eggs. Yes. When the adult dies, so the eggs are not there. But that doesn't mean that the rain will come and kill all of them. Maybe one or two may survive. Yes. Yes.
Tuta Absoluta is the main factor or the main environmental condition that makes it violent is the hot and dry condition.
Hot.
When it rains, somehow it's not that active, but it's not absent.
It is not. You can say it is not there. It is present, but it's not that
not
much.
as active as when it's hot.
Yes.
Now that's a good identification of the Tuta Absoluta destructive stage, which is a larva stage. Now, you've given us different stages from eggs to larva stage to pupa stage to adult.
Yes.
Is at any given point is pupa stage visible, or can we tell this is pupa stage?
You may tell it because it's always brownish. It's always brownish. It's sometimes hard you might some of them may fall on the ground. Yes. And some of them may be found on the leaf, but mostly it's very hard. And since it's not damaging your crop, yes, you might not even be able to notice it.
Also, the pupa stage is not damaging.
It does not. The pupa and the adult doesn't damage. The most economical stage for the pupa is
for the Tuta
Absoluta is the larval stage.
The larval stage.
That is when it damages. It may damage from 0 to 100% without control. Yes.
Away from the larval stage, away from the pupa stage, the adult.
Yes.
How can a farmer tell I have an adult, or now can predict now this is an adult and very soon it has laid eggs, I'll have more eggs? How can I be able to identify?
For an adult,
yes,
it's very hard to identify it during the day because it's a nocturnal.
It works at night.
It works at night.
Yes.
So when you are going to sleep, that is when it's going. Now it's starting its work. Flying, laying eggs everywhere. Yes. That is how it does. So you might find it during the day, but it's not active.
Yes.
But during the night, when the temperatures are low, there is no light. That is when it is able to move and lay eggs.
Okay.
Yes.
So and how do I tell now? How can I be able to, or as an expert, how can you tell farmers or show farmers this is an adult? Or you've never seen an adult because it flies at night.
So the first technique I think so the scientists have done,
Yes.
they have put things called traps.
Traps.
Yes. For those traps, they put something called a pheromone.
Pheromone.
So this adult will think maybe there is a female or a male, depending on the type of pheromone it's there.
Yes.
It will sense maybe there is a mate it wants to mate with there.
Yes.
So when it goes there, that trap has a sticky paper, which is applied with the insect glue.
Yes.
So when it goes there and thinks it away, it will land on the sticky paper and get stuck there.
Okay.
So tomorrow morning you might find the moths. Yes, the moths of the Tuta Absoluta.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's hard to control the moths using chemicals.
It's very hard because it's mostly active at night, but sometimes as you're spraying, maybe you might, if it's a pest, if it's a product that works on, it's a contact, it might also control it. But you see, sometimes when you go to spray, it flies away
during the day.
But you see, at night is when it's very active. Yes. Yes.
And what does this moth feed on?
I think so. What it does, especially the larval stage, it feeds a lot. It feeds so much that it's able to sustain itself from the adults, the pupa stage,
until it dies.
Adults. And from the egg stage to the adult, it takes about 30 to 35 days.
Yes.
30 to 35, and most the biggest period of it is during the larval stage. That is when it is able to stay a long time. So that's when it feeds. That's why it's so damaging. It feeds so much. It feeds so much to be able to sustain itself during those periods.
Yes. Just to take you back a little bit from the adult, to take you back to larval stage. In tomatoes, we also have, like, for example, on this leaf.
Yes.
We have this leaf miner.
Yes.
How can a farmer tell this is not Tuta and this is Tuta?
So, in tomatoes,
yes,
there's also a pest called leaf miner.
Leaf miner, yes.
Yes. But in most scientific journals, you'll find they'll call this Tuta Absoluta and they also leaf miner. But you'll find people calling Tuta Absoluta also tomato leaf miner.
Tomato leaf miner.
Because it's still mining inside.
Yes.
It is still eating.
It's burrowing
between the leaf.
Yes.
Now, the difference between a tutor and a leaf miner, let me differentiate in this way. A tutor and a leaf miner, for better clarity. For a leaf miner, you'll find tunnels, straight or even tunnels forming. You'll not find like a tutor, you'll find like a transparent patch, a very big transparent patch.
Yes.
But for a leaf miner, you'll find tunnels. It's like someone was drawing a line on the leaf.
Yes.
That is also, leaf miner is also a caterpillar, in quotes, in the Lepidoptera family. So you'll find tunnels.
Okay.
So the control of Tuta Absoluta and leaf miner is also the same.
Okay.
But for a leaf miner, it's very hard to spot the larval stage of it.
Also the adult.
Yes, it's very hard. You mostly identify it using the tunnels that you'll find on the leaf. Yes.
And it's not as destructive as Tuta Absoluta.
It is destructive, but it's not. It is.
If you compare the two,
the Tuta is more destructive.
It's more destructive
because the Tuta, it's burrowing, but it's eating a hole. It's eating very much in such a way that in a leaf you're able to see even the other side.
The other side of the leaf.
But for the leaf miner, you'll find maybe the upper side. That is when you'll find tunnels.
Yes.
The lower side you might not. But in very high infestation, you might also find tunnels on the other side.
Okay.
Yes.
And now to the adult, because when you see the adult, you know the next thing is laying the eggs. Where does the adult lay the eggs?
It lays mostly on the lower side.
On the lower side of the leaf.
Yes. Yes, that is where it lays its eggs mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Julius, for the information, for the lesson that you've taken us through. To our viewers, hope you've learned something from our teacher Julius today,
Mm.
who has taken us through Tuta Absoluta, how to identify it, and how to know that Tuta Absoluta has attacked you. In our next lesson, we'll be learning about how to take care of Tuta Absoluta or how to manage Tuta Absoluta. Make sure you're tuned. Make sure you don't miss the next lesson because it's more exciting and more importance to you as a farmer, because you cannot just identify and fail to control Tuta Absoluta. If this is your first time you're watching us, you are viewing this channel, kindly subscribe so that you can continue learning together. Bye.
Bye.